Good evening. Here we are again in Seaside. At this point, I feel like the snow's just gonna go away by the start of next month. I don't think it's gonna be like part way through this month, like I was kinda hoping it would be, but can't have everything, I guess. Science table. I think I've already seen that piece of furniture. I didn't like buy it, but I have seen it. Yeah. So today I played Diablo 3 for the first time ever. Which that's like, you know, I mean, the Diablo series in general is like one of those series of games, but I just never played any of them for whatever reason. My wife had actually played Diablo 3 when she was younger. She really liked it, and she's asked me several times before, hey, do you want to play Diablo 3 sometime? I think that'd be just a really fun co-op game to play, and I've always said like, yeah, sure, and then we just haven't gotten around to it. But this morning, I woke up, and for some reason, I just had like an itch to play an action RPG, I guess. I guess because of like all the stuff I've been seeing of Path of Exile 2. That's all been really interesting, and I've never really played I've played, like, as far as action RPGs go, the only thing I've really played was Torchlight 2. And I never even finished it. I want to say I got like halfway through the story and then just sort of dropped it for whatever reason. And so I was just like I knew the genre was fun. I just hadn't played the really big games within that genre. And knowing my wife had wanted to play Diablo 3 with me in the past, and me, you know, having that just itch to play an action RPG, everything just kind of fell together, I guess, and we ended up playing for like probably like 4 hours, which is kind of a lot for us. Usually one of us gets tired or like has something else they have to go work on, or, you know, what have you. But we just fully locked in for like 4 hours and had a great time playing. And then we got a message from one of the other devs working on the Spline game I'm working on, talking about I already knew how much he liked Diablo in general. He had spoken in the past about how the game design document for the first Diablo game is like his version of the Bible. And so I knew he really liked Diablo in general, but he saw my wife and I playing it, and he got really excited. And we're probably going to invite him on some of our future play sessions. So that'll be fun. Pretty excited about that. The one thing about Diablo I always find funny, and I guess action RPGs in general, is the fact that for whatever reason the genre is called action RPG, because I can think of very few different kinds of RPG games that couldn't reasonably be defined as an action RPG, and yet we've decided this one type of game with like top-down movement. You click on the ground to move. You like right-click to use your ability, and you have like a few other abilities on a hotbar that you press buttons to use, and there's a lot of build complexity and branching paths and stuff. As the like we've considered this one thing as the thing that is an action RPG, when pretty much anything could be an action RPG. Just like how like it's the exact same situation as, although this is like a more recent example, but it's the exact same situation as games like Vampire Survivors being called action roguelites, which is, once again, I can think of very few roguelite games that couldn't reasonably be described as action roguelites. Like, they all have action in them to some extent, right? Even like twin stick shooters, almost like Nuclear Throne, would be even more reasonably defined as action roguelites than, you know, what the Vampire Survivors genre is. Because they're not saying that Vampire Survivors like games don't have moment-to-moment action, but Nuclear Throne, I would argue at least, has a lot more moment-to-moment action. But, you know, that's just kind of how things are, and frankly, getting pedantic with genre names is just generally obnoxious, and so I try to avoid it when I can. Like another example being the difference between roguelite and roguelike. Personally, I really could not care less what the difference is. I mean, I know what the difference is meant to be. I don't care enough to bother, like, trying to stick to, trying to make sure I'm using the correct term for the correct thing, you know? I just say roguelite because it's a little bit easier for me to say. It kind of rolls the tongue front to back in the mouth, instead of needing to, like, rock back and forth like roguelike makes you do. Does. So, you know, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Like, sometimes you like a game where it's like top down, you're moving around and you're shooting at things. Sometimes you like a game where it's top down and you're moving around and you're auto shooting at things. And sometimes you like a game where you're top down and moving around with the mouse, and you like have a really complex build and, you know, what have you. So, you know, it really doesn't matter. It's just what you like to play the best, and music is kind of the same as well. I remember almost like going into that sort of pedantic area when I was working on the soundtrack for Gorecore. I was using so the creator of the game, when he was kind of briefing me on the track he wanted me to write, he gave me a few examples for drums, and both those examples were basically just like amen break, like, you know, the amen break drum pattern. And so I was like, sure, I understand the assignment. I will make a song with amen break drums, you know, just as the drums. And so I did so, and then the lead composer came back later and he was like, yeah, so we're not trying to, like, the soundtrack is not breakcore. And I was like, this first of all, like I almost got into this where I was like, first of all, this is not breakcore. Because if you want to get technical about it, breakcore is much more experimental and bass heavy, and what I was writing was way more melodic and had like kind of ambient atmospheric elements closer to what a lot of people would consider to be sort of like jungle or intelligent D&B, which is another thing. Like, why do you have a whole subsection of you already have subgenres? Why do you have like a whole subsection of these subgenres that are like intelligent versions of them? What does that mean, and why are you trying to say like this thing is more intelligent? It's just, it comes off as completely ridiculous, and I don't know why that term ever got coined, but I think that is more what the music I was writing would technically fall under. But at the same time, despite all of that, I also completely understood the point he was making by saying, like, it sounded too breakcore. And so, like, and luckily I was able to like, stop myself before I started talking about it, but, like, that was where my entire thought process like really should have ended. Just, I understood what he meant, and so I should have just taken that in stride, and like ultimately I did. I didn't actually start talking about, I mean, a little bit I did. I was like, I don't know if breakcore is quite what I was going for here, but if you can give me like a more clear example. Also, I want to stop by KK today. A more clear example for what you want from me, I'm totally happy to go in whatever direction, you know. So yeah, point is, I understood what he was saying, and so there shouldn't have been anything more to it than that. And I'm glad I was able to kind of hold myself back a little bit, because ultimately genres are just sort of pointless, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna get a music disc from KK here. Hey, how's it? Oh my goodness, I'm burping. Hey, how's it going? I dropped by here. Yeah. Want me to jam for you? You know it. Cool. If there's something you want to hear, just tell me the name. Yep. I don't have any requests. You tap for tunes? No problem. Alright, techno pop. Damn. That was kind of crazy. And thanks for listening. Let me give you the air check for KK Technopop. Alright. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I want to check that out right now. I'm going to go check that out right now. I'm going to mail this fossil first, actually, because I think I'm about to wrap up here. Once again, I have not found more than one fossil today, and I also haven't been able to find the money rock. I don't know what's going on, but I guess that's just how it's going to be from now on. So let's go ahead and mail this. I was thinking while listening to that, I would bet that some of the most fun the composer had working on the soundtrack. I should really know what the composer is, like who the composer is for this game, because this game has a very iconic soundtrack, and I feel like that would just be nice to know. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to Pippi real quick. I think I just saw her around here. Pippi? Where you at? That's not Pippi. Where's Pippi? I swear she was around here somewhere. You know what? For now, I'll talk to you. Good evening. I didn't see you during the day today, did I? Nope, you didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. What's new? Say, would you care to see this old letter I have? I can't remember who sent it, but take a look anyway. Who knows why, but I've been holding on to this thing for just about as long as I can remember. Let me see it. Well, I had no idea you were such a little busybody. Well, it's... So don't... Wait, what? Oh, well, it's not... Wait, why did you call me a busybody? Wait, what? I don't... Whatever. It's not really any big deal or anything, so don't get yourself too worked up. Here, Bumpkin. Nature's child. Listen now, and hear the wisdom I have to share. Trees are life. Do not hew them recklessly. Swing your axe with wisdom, for the benefit of all, from a concerned lumberjack. See, it's nothing too special. I have dozens of others just like it, so... What? Do you get letters from this mysterious lumberjack a lot? Because that's a little concerning if so. Also, that rock looks really strange from this angle. I don't think it was made to be observed from this angle, because that looks very odd. If you care at all, I guess I could show you later. They might be good for a laugh, Bumpkin. Yeah. Yeah, it looks much more natural now. I don't know what the deal was with that angle. Yeah, I don't know where Pippi is. I swear she was around here somewhere, but whatever. Maybe I'll talk to Cyrano. Hey, Cyrano. Hey, how are you doing, Achu? Oh yeah? Glad to hear it. But hey, remember, if you overdo it, you'll ruin your body, Achu. I'm just saying, it's important to take it easy every now and then so you don't flip out, Achu. Yeah, so, what do you want, Achu? Just hanging. Jay, do you like building igloos? I actually like going inside them and eating marshmallows and stuff much better. Gar har har har. Yeah, it's a good vibe. The music that plays in them is also especially nice. So, as I was saying, I feel like the version of every KK song that is played by KK, like, live, I feel like probably would have been the most fun, like, tracks to work on, because it's taking tracks that have already been written, but just figuring out how to represent them in a very specific, like, limited set of sound fonts, with, like, only being able to play the guitar sound font and the, like, one of the various voice sound fonts at the same time and doing nothing else. And I feel like that would just be a really interesting creative exercise for a lot of the songs in this game. So I imagine that would have been really, really fun. The song is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a vibe. I'll leave it for a little bit. So I guess that's it. I would like to go to bed. Oh, I also didn't mention, but I did make a lot of good progress on the track for Gorecore today. So it's pretty much, it's like, I really just have a couple, like last couple things to do. Today was mostly writing and like adding more variety and just a little bit of that extra flavor into a few different spots, and then tomorrow I think it's more going to be putting the final touches on the mix, and if everyone is happy with it, then finalizing the master and sending it off. So that's very exciting. So we'll just see what happens, and hopefully I'll be all done with it tomorrow, and maybe I'll even have another track to work on. So we'll see. But that is it for today. So I will see you tomorrow.